With his first step into Star Trek Discovery, Anson Mount stole the show with his portrayal of iconic Starfleet officer Captain Christopher Pike. So much so that the audience of Discovery now want him to have his own spin-off series.
Captain on the bridge. She's all yours, Chris.
She looks as good as I remember.
Welcome home, Captain.
Good to be back.
Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack here on Trek Central and welcome back to the channel. If you've been following this channel for a while now, or know me personally, you know I really want CBS to announce a spin-off Captain Pike series, with Anson Mount at the helm. Why, you ask? I think the answer's pretty simple if you've watched Star Trek Discovery Season 2. No matter how much of a Star Trek fan you are, I think we can agree that Discovery as a series and a concept is met with mixed reception. I personally like it, but you might not, which is totally fair. The one thing I've noticed the majority agree on is how well Anson Mount has portrayed this iconic Starfleet captain we all know. Whether it be through the natural captain presence he had when he first stepped on board, or the great use of emotional acting during that scene from Discovery, Mount has brought this character to life through his own creative ways while honouring the character's legacy at the same time. Now recently we learned Mount would not be returning as Captain Pike for Season 3 of Discovery, along with Enterprise's first officer, Rebecca Roman. If you're a long-time Star Trek fan, this was a given. We knew Pike had to go back to the Enterprise at some point. He needs to continue his mission after all, so he could never stay on board Discovery forever, much to my disappointment, as I really do like him. One of the reasons I like Anson Mount's Captain Pike is that the character is really natural on screen. It really feels like we've been watching him for years, when in reality, it's only been a few months. If you've watched the latest Discovery episode, then you would have seen that moment where Pike said goodbye to the crew as he departed the Enterprise. For me, this was sad in a way, which sounds odd, but stick with me. As viewers, it feels as if Pike has been a part of our lives for quite a while now. You would honestly think that he'd been on our screens for an entire 7-season run, but like I mentioned, reality is it's only been 14 episodes. Anson Mount has left such a large impact on the audience of Star Trek that fans are now requesting he get his own series.
Personal log. Captain Christopher Pike, stardate 1532.9. Still no word from Commander Burnham, but I know she won't give up until she finds her brother Spock.
Comicbook.com reported that Pike fans have started their own petition to CBS to launch a Captain Pike spin-off show, with Anson Mount in command of our iconic Enterprise, joined by Ethan Peck and Rebecca Roman of course. As the petition states, millions of Trekkies, both young and old, have loved Mount's portrayal of this iconic Star Trek character. So much so, they want a series of him, not just a season of Discovery. Personally, I totally agree with this. Anson Mount has left a massive impact on the Star Trek fanbase in a short amount of time. Like I mentioned, I always see mixed opinions about Star Trek Discovery, but when it comes to Anson Mount's Captain Pike, everyone is on the same page about how good the character is portrayed in Discovery. The petition I mentioned will be linked in the description of this video, and it's currently sat at just over 6,000 signatures. It's a long way to go to get CBS's attention, but if you want a Pike series like me, then you're going to have to make noise like we're all doing. So sign that petition and get tweeting, please. Just a heads up, if you are new to Trek Central here, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. We're covering all the latest Star Trek news on any of the new content, and covering the old content with lore as well. Make sure to stick around. It's no surprise that Anson Mount loves the character as well. You're going to love what I'm about to tell you. While on Twitter last night, and massive thanks to Star Trek Pike, I saw this story from a fan called Dan, who had met Mount at a recent convention and asked him about a potential Pike series and what he thought of it. Mount reportedly said that if we want a Pike show, we need to tweet about it and sign that petition that is currently going on, in order to show CBS that we, the fans, mean business, and I couldn't agree more. There it is, from the main man himself, so I think it's clear what we need to do. As Chris Pine's Captain Kirk said, let's make some noise and show CBS that we want a Pike show. If you're new to the Star Trek universe with Discovery, you might be thinking, but Jack, I thought Pike was going to die this season after seeing his future with a time crystal. How can he possibly have his own series? And you'd be right to be confused. But if you're like me and a long-time fan of Star Trek, you know this isn't the case. What Pike saw in the time crystal does not happen for some time. Hold on to your captain's chair, we're about to dive into some juicy Star Trek lore. Don't worry, I'll tie this back in a moment. Now, let's look at Star Trek lore. Captain Christopher Pike took command of the USS Discovery in the year 2257, after sitting out Klingon Federation War we saw in Season 1. He would eventually return to the Enterprise in the year 2257 as well, but not leave it until the 2260s, where he'd be promoted to fleet captain and hand over the Enterprise to a new captain we all know. Tragically, in the year 2266, Pike was exposed to delta radiation due to a training accident, leaving him disfigured and confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. This was Pike's future we saw in Discovery. That was until Commander Spock, now first officer of the USS Enterprise, would risk court-martial to deliver Pike to the Talosians, so he could live out his life in an illusion on Talos 4 with Vina. How does this tie into a Pike series, you ask? Well, what I'm saying is there was plenty of space in a Pike's timeline to fit a new Star Trek show, without going crazy about it as well. Hell, we could even also rewind time to cover his first 5-year mission in the 2250s, before he went to Discovery. There's plenty of time there, and it could work. I mean, hell, you could get 5 or 6 seasons out of it, just thinking. Now, I think I'll round off this video here, as I've made my point pretty clear. If you're like me and really want to see more of Anson Mount's Captain Pike and his adventures on the USS Enterprise, then make sure to make some noise about it. Sign a petition linked in the description, tweet about it, and make sure CBS hear you. We're all in this together. Your opinions matter. Let me know what you think about a potential Captain Pike series in the comments on this video. Would you like to see one? Where would you like to see the character go? And what are your general thoughts on this? I look forward to reading them all later on. For now, I've been Captain Jack here on Trek Central. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Star Trek videos. I'll catch you next time.
Admiral, with your permission.
The sooner we get there, the better.
Hit it.